Module 6, Changes in Matter and Chemical Reactions. Phase changes in water. In an earlier section, I mentioned that water behaved a bit differently when it was in its solid phase, as opposed to most materials. Almost all natural substances take up less volume in their solid phase than in their liquid phase. But solid water, or ice, takes up more volume than liquid water does. Why is that? Well, you'll learn the specific reasons in the next module. But it is actually a very good thing that water does this. Because water takes up less space as a solid than as a liquid, it is less dense when it is a solid. And we know that less dense substances float on top of more dense substances. So ice floats on top of liquid water. It has less density than liquid water. This is why ice cubes will float in drinks and why ice floats on top of lakes. When a layer of ice forms over a lake, that is actually a good thing. You see, the ice layer insulates the water below it, keeping that water from freezing more. So that is why a lake rarely completely freezes. There's water below the ice layer, so that creatures living in the lake will survive. If ice was denser than liquid water, then the lake would freeze from the bottom up. And there would be nothing to insulate the water on the surface from freezing, so most lakes would completely freeze solid. That would kill most organisms living there. If you have taken a biology course, you probably know that water organisms play an important role in the food webs of most communities. So it would be difficult for most life to survive on Earth if water became denser when it froze. Now, this unique phenomenon also likely makes it possible for life to exist at all. You see, because it becomes less dense as a solid, then water tends to remain a liquid at normal temperatures. This is due to something called hydrogen bonding, which we will discuss in the next module. What is interesting about this? Other substances that are chemically similar to water, such as H2S, H2SE, H2TE, all are gases at normal temperature. If water was a gas at normal temperature, you can imagine that our bodies, which are made up of about 65% water, would have a hard time functioning. Living things as we know them could not easily exist.